Hello everyone and welcome. Today I want to share my passion, my deep fascination for learning Japanese. It's a journey that has truly captivated me, and I'm excited to share some of my experiences with you. A journey that changed how I see the world, offering a completely new lens through which to understand different cultures and perspectives. Japanese can seem hard, especially when you first encounter it. Strange letters, unlike anything you might have seen before. The characters can be intimidating at first glance. Different grammar, with sentence structures that flip the way you might be used to thinking about language. And a totally new rhythm. The intonation and flow of the language are unique and take some getting used to. But I found out it's not only possible to learn, even with all these initial challenges. It's very rewarding. The sense of accomplishment you feel as you progress is truly fulfilling. My interest started because I was curious about Japan's culture and history, its rich traditions, and its unique place in the world. Not in a classroom or through formal lessons alone. I wanted to understand Japan from the inside, to experience it authentically. And language was the key, the essential tool to unlock a deeper understanding. Learning Japanese let me see the world in a new way, offering insights I never would have gained otherwise, helping me understand jokes, nuances in conversations, values, the core principles that guide Japanese society, and ways of thinking that translation can't show. You gain a much richer, more complete understanding. I used to study European languages, which felt relatively familiar, so Japanese felt like jumping into the unknown, a completely different linguistic landscape. But the challenge made me excited. It sparked a sense of adventure and curiosity within me. It was an adventure, a puzzle to solve, a mountain to climb, and I was eager to begin. I jumped in, ready to fully immerse myself, ready to dive into this new world of sounds and symbols, eager to explore its depths. Whether you're just starting, taking your very first steps into the world of Japanese, or already on your way, making progress on your language learning journey, I hope my story helps you, inspires you, and encourages you to continue. Being good at a language isn't about being born with a talent. It's not about some innate ability that only a few possess. It's about finding a way you enjoy and sticking with it. Consistency and passion are key. Be patient, celebrate small wins, and enjoy the process. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Learning Japanese changed how I see things, broadened my horizons, and deepened my understanding of the world. And it can change yours too. It can open up new opportunities and perspectives you never imagined. Let's start this journey together. I'm excited to share more of my experiences and insights with you. Let's get started. Let the adventure begin. My journey with Japanese started in the wood products business, where I worked closely with Japanese partners. Using interpreters created a wall. I wanted to talk directly. Business needs soon started a personal love for the language and culture. I dove into Japanese books and movies, realizing I was only seeing a tiny bit. Seeing art and talking in the original language showed me details that get lost when translated. Visiting Japan, I felt like a guest, unable to fully join in or return kindness. I wanted to be more than just a business partner. I wanted to be a friend. My reason was a mix of practical needs and a real wish to connect. Find your own reason for learning Japanese. Your why will help you keep going. Hold on to that motivation. Learning Japanese presents 3 significant challenges that might seem daunting at first. The first hurdle is mastering how to say words, focusing on accurate pronunciation. Next, there's the grammar, which has its own unique structure and rules. And finally, the kanji, often considered the most challenging aspect for many learners. Saying words in Japanese might seem relatively easy at the beginning, but getting the pitch accent right is very important. It's crucial for clear communication. Get it wrong, and you might inadvertently change the meaning of what you're trying to say, leading to confusion. The structure of Japanese grammar often turns English on its head. Verbs come last in the sentence, which is quite different from English. And small but mighty words like wa, ga, and o have no direct equivalent in English, making them tricky to grasp initially. It's definitely confusing at first as you grapple with these new concepts, but you start to see patterns and understand the nuances the more you hear and practice it. Kanji is often considered the biggest hurdle, a mountain to climb for many learners. Thousands of characters exist, each with its own unique meaning and history. And to make it even more complex, each kanji has many different ways to read them, depending on the context. At first glance, kanji looked like a thick, impenetrable forest of complex symbols. I struggled with how to effectively learn them. It felt like an overwhelming task. Using flashcards, writing them out repeatedly and trying to brute force memorizing all of them felt like too much to handle. The key wasn't just trying really hard and pushing yourself to the limit, but approaching it with smart, consistent, and steady effort over time. Progress often felt slow and incremental, but every small step and every kanji learned gradually added up to significant progress. Everyone feels lost and overwhelmed at first when tackling these challenges, but sticking with it and persevering through the difficulties ultimately pays off in the end. Don't try to learn everything all at once or overwhelm yourself with too much information. Instead, focus on setting daily, achievable, and easy goals that you can consistently accomplish. Over time, things gradually become clearer and more understandable, and the language starts to feel more familiar and comfortable as you progress. Finding the right approach and the right way to learn makes all the difference in your journey. So, let's keep climbing this mountain of language learning, one step at a time, with patience and determination. Onward, to new heights in your Japanese language journey. My big breakthrough happened when I stopped trying to be perfect and focused on taking in a lot of Japanese that I could understand. I filled my brain with Japanese, listening and reading every day. You can't say something you haven't heard or read. I started with simple audio lessons and written texts, then moved to podcasts and articles that I found interesting. Learning became a fun adventure, not a chore. At LingQ, I brought in content, saved new words, and saw them become familiar because I saw them again and again. This way let me read real material without getting stuck on words. Understanding from the story, not just memorizing, built my vocabulary naturally. After months of steady input, grammar and pitch started to feel natural. Kanji became familiar friends, not problems. My brain did the work for me, thanks to interesting, understandable input. The more I read and listened, the more patterns I noticed. Trust the process. Input is what helps you move forward. Let your curiosity guide your learning. Keep feeding your brain. Consistency is the unsung hero of language learning. Doing things regularly, even in small doses, is absolutely key to making progress. It's about building a sustainable rhythm that fits into your life. To truly integrate Japanese into your life, make it a seamless part of your daily routine. Think of it as another essential activity, like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee. Remember, consistency trumps intensity. 30 minutes a day of focused study is far more effective than cramming for hours once a week. Little and often is the golden rule. Look for those pockets of opportunity throughout your day. I found small bits of time that I could dedicate to Japanese. For example, I started listening to Japanese podcasts while driving. It turned my commute into a valuable learning session. Or I would use waiting time to my advantage, reading articles in line. Daily exposure keeps the language fresh in your mind and your brain actively engaged. It's like giving your brain a daily workout. When learning, focus on understanding the context. Learn whole phrases and groups of words rather than just memorizing single, isolated words. After all, these phrases are the fundamental building blocks of real conversations. Pay close attention to common sayings and expressions, and make a conscious effort to repeat them often in your own speech. Don't underestimate the power of entertainment. Use anime and dramas as active learning tools to immerse yourself in the language. To maximize your learning, watch with Japanese subtitles, re-watch scenes that you find challenging, and actively look up new words and phrases. This approach makes learning not only effective, but also incredibly fun and immersive. Don't be afraid to start speaking early, even if you don't feel completely ready. Avoid feeling like you have to be perfect before you open your mouth. I found it incredibly helpful to practice with a tutor, specifically focusing on using the new words and phrases I had recently learned. Remember that mistakes are an inevitable and valuable part of the learning process. Instead of fearing them, welcome them as opportunities for growth. You'd be surprised at the impact. Even just 15 minutes of speaking daily can significantly build your confidence and make you a better communicator. Ultimately, these consistent habits bridge the gap, connecting what you know in your head to what you can actually do in real-world situations. And the best part? Over time, these small, seemingly insignificant daily actions compound, leading to truly big and impressive results. So, make learning Japanese a habit that you enjoy, not a chore that you dread. Embrace the journey, stay consistent, and keep going. Avoid these common problems when learning Japanese. Don't memorize kanji alone. Learn them in context as you read. Just memorizing is not effective. Context gives meaning. Don't get stuck in grammar books. Use them as guides, not your main tool. Real understanding comes from seeing grammar used. Don't skip listening practice. Language is sound first. Train your ear with real Japanese, even if you don't understand everything at first. Just listening helps your brain get used to the rhythm and flow. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Waiting to be perfect only slows you down. Speak early, make errors, and learn from them. Every mistake is a step forward. Focus on talking, not on being perfect. Accept not being perfect and keep moving. Learn smart, not just hard. Learning Japanese is a test of your way of thinking, not just your memory. Accept that being good takes time. Progress comes in waves and flat spots. Trust the process and show up daily, even when you don't feel like it. Be kind to yourself. Don't compare your journey to others. Celebrate small wins, understanding a phrase, ordering coffee, or getting a joke. Focus on what you can do, not what you can't do yet. Let learning be a source of joy, not stress. Embrace not knowing everything. Understanding 50% is progress. Your brain fills in gaps from the story. Don't wait to understand perfectly. Being okay with not knowing everything lets you use real materials sooner. Stay curious. Let what you like guide your learning. Read about your hobbies, watch shows you love, explore topics that excite you. When language connects to what you love, it becomes a tool for discovery. Your own inner drive is the best fuel for your journey. Keep your curiosity alive. Let Japanese open new worlds for you. We've talked about the keys to learning Japanese. Why you want to learn getting past problems, taking in information, daily habits, and your mindset. The journey is long, but full of moments of discovery and connection. Progress is built from small, daily efforts. Focus on what you can do today. Listen to a podcast, read an article, or learn a new phrase. These steps add up. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just begin. If you're starting, take your first step now. If you're on the path, keep going. Think back, celebrate, and promise again to keep your habits. Remember why you started and the excitement that began your journey. Connect with other learners. Share your goals, problems, and wins. We're all on this path together. Learning Japanese makes your mind and heart bigger, opening you to a new culture and a new you. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Keep listening, keep reading, keep listening, keep reading, and keep learning.